name is Jeffrey and welcome back for episode 47 of the Satisfactory series here on YouTube. In this video we expand on the aluminum factory from last episode. With the end goal being 15 fused modular frames, we have a lot of little components to put together along the way. And today's just the beginning. I'm back to hopefully slowing it down for people looking to follow along. Thank you for all the support and help with the series so far. Let's get to playing games. Alright, let's get this party started, shall we? So this is probably going to get broken up into a two-parter episode again, where we're putting the end result is going to be 15 fused modular frames per minute that are going to get used in a bunch of crafting recipes going forward, as well as I'll probably steal a few off to the side that I think I may need for crafting stuff. But actually, yeah, we'll definitely need to. I'll probably just fill up like a container, and then that should get us through the rest of the game, no problem. Now, there is going to be quite a bit of parts to this. As you can see on the side, we got water depot, we got a petroleum coke slash some fuel. We've got iron plates, steel beams, rods, screws, and pipes, wet concrete, reinforced iron plates, encased industrial pipes, modular frames, nitric acid, heavy industrial frames, and then heavy wait, what was it? Oh yeah, sorry, heavy modular frames and the everything. It's gonna be quite a lot. So we'll just kind of have to, like I said, we'll split it up a little bit just so it's easy to follow along with. I'll keep things nice and slow for anyone trying to figure this out. I will hopefully include the build planner from Satisfactory Calculator on or in the description. But it's really just going to be carrying over more of the aluminum factory we started last time, which I've already went ahead and I marked out the ones that you're going to want to pull from for the, because we need, what do we need? 750 aluminum ingots for this build. So I need to pull out exactly 750, which is surprisingly easy. And then from there, we also need to make, turn some oil that's over there into some heavy oil residue. We could just send it from our other heavy oil residue place, but since it's there and there's literally exactly enough for this build, I figured we'd just use what we got right there. Let's save a drone. That's pretty much my reasoning behind that one. So we do have to set up a bit of a, I did go ahead and I set up the oil pump. So I have the oil pipeline ready to go. I have the nitrogen gas pipeline ready to go. I have all the miners and everything set up ready to go today. I will show you everything as per usual, but I just wanted to have things kind of ready to go, kind of streamline the process a little bit today, but I'll still go over them just in case you're trying to follow along exactly. So go ahead and load yourself up with a whole bunch of stuff. Let me give you a build number here, and then we will head on over to back to the swamp. All right, I think I counted everything out correctly. May have one or two extras that may be not needed here, so consider this a rough estimate. About 60 constructors, 38 assemblers, 21 refineries, 11 blenders, 10 foundries, 7 water extractors, and 6 manufacturers. They also need a couple of resource well extractors for the oil that's over there, and a resource pressurizer thing, whatever it's called. Because it's not they're not like normal nodes of oil. But other than that, we should be, once you got everything for that, we should be good to go. Actually, while I'm here, I had a quick fix to show you guys as well. I was having, obviously, you know, the hard issue of actually moving 600 liquid through the pipe at one time. So the way I ended up fixing it was I added off the side here this pipe going into the output of these, and I did the same on the other side. So now we have a full extra pipe feeding into the loop. So now technically all the 600 doesn't have to feed in, and now I have had absolutely no problems with water. Everything has been running for many hours. That's this test for at least an hour I let it run for, and I've had absolutely no issues with the water. So that should fix any issues you guys are having if you were following along exactly. Just an extra little pipe to create an entire loop around the system. it actually created a fully perfect loop around the system. So hopefully that helps you if you're having water issues. Anyway, so this is where I did mark out as well. If you were building along the, there we go. The foundries that are going to get split off from the 750. So I think it's 480 coming from this line here, and then 240 coming from here. So 240 plus 480, 720. Obviously I need another 30, and you know they output 60. So I marked this one and turned it into a splitter. So exactly half of these will go into the line here, creating an exact line of 750. It's going to be perfect. The only thing you'll have to do is like we'll turn these ones off, and then we'll have to turn the mergers and send them back the other way, but that'll be okay. So I'm going to start off the episode today with our water depot. We're going to get that done and out of the way first. We need 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of water. As you can see here, this is the line of nitrogen gas. This is my line of oil. This is one of the lines of iron that we're going to go over a little bit later. And the other one is coming in, I think, right down there. Down here originally was a water extractor I was using to add extra water into the line over here, just while I was getting things figured out. But now this is going to be where the water depot ends up getting set up, because I know the water over here is deep enough and I can actually put them here. So we need one doing 150. So I'm going to take some of these out of here. And then I'm going to need one doing 185. One doing 120. And then I'm going to space these ones apart because this one I need 4 doing 450. I mean, you could overclock them if you want to do less, but all right, I'm going to color code these accordingly as to what they're going to go to. So this one's going to be feeding into blenders making fuel. So that's fine colored orange. This is going to be making pure iron ingots. So I'm going to make this one gray like that. And then this one's going to be doing the acid. So I'll color that one yellow, even though I know that's technically not accurate. And then these are going to be doing concrete. So these can get this color. That's just how I'll remember what the pumps go to. So yeah, this one is going to be 185. So you'll need 1 power shard in here. Bump it up to, oh, you need 2 power shards. Well, that's unfortunate. This seems like a waste of a power shard. I'm going to split this between, I might make this 2. There we go. Made it 2 because using a whole extra power shard for the 5 seems a little silly. So 185 divided by 2. Actually 92.5. So I actually can underclock these now. One for the nitrogen or nitric acid is 120, so that one's fine. Doesn't have to be underclocked or overclocked. And this is 450 divided by 4, which is 112.5. So we'll underclock these all just by a little bit. Oops, that'd be way too much. 112.5. Copy that. Okay, so threw in a little bit of a concrete platform here so we can add in everybody's favorite industrial flue buffer. So everyone's going to get one of these. But try and put it right in the middle of at least the water pumps. Here we go. This one can go right in front. This one will go in the middle of the 4 of them. Right there. Oh, and then you'll get one here. Alright, I mean, this part's pretty easy. We're just going to throw in all of our connectors here. Alright, connector pieces. Just use pipeline Mark IIs. I find they just work, even though you're not moving more than 300. And a lot of, I mean, these ones you are, but even in the ones you're not moving more than 300, I still use the 600. They just seem to work better. So we'll link these all together like this. And then we'll put a joiner in the middle here. there. And then you just got to keep connecting the rest of these up together, and this will be the water depot. There we go. And water depot. And lightning looks gets pretty cool in the swamp sometimes. So we're just going to let these all fill up, and then you're going to run 4 pipelines up the side here, which actually works out nicely because you can fit 4 pipelines going up the one pillar here. So look at those run all the way up here, throw some pumps on there, and we can take the water depot off the to-do list. Look at that. Nice little quick and easy one. Sorry, I realized I miscalculated the amount of refineries you're going to need for this build. It's actually 36, not 21. Way more than I thought. Speaking of which, let's now hop into our next part of our to-do list, which is the petroleum coke slash the fuel. I might leave the fuel part out of this for now. We'll kind of see how this goes, but the main thing we need to do is turn this pipeline of oil into some heavy oil residue, which is also going to give us some rubber, which is going to get put on over here and put into a sink for now. So you're going to need 15 refineries here, and we obviously do have the residual fuel refinery blueprint here ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to throw down 3 groups of 5 or 5 groups of 3. All right, 3 groups of what is soon to be 5. We just need to delete the one off the ends here, and then we'll take out the pipes and everything for them as well. I just figured that was easier than putting them in manually. So we'll just go get rid of all these for now. The ones off the end, like this. You can delete the connectors as well. Oh, I put down the wrong one. Okay. This was the wrong one to put down. My bad. There it is. The 3 refineries. But I clicked on the wrong ones. I was using the residual fuel ones. We want the 3 refineries HOR, heavy oil residue. So, like I said, we're just gonna do 3 groups of 5 of this, just to get split. Sorry, I sneezed my face off there for a second. There we go. My refineries that are already preset even to do the heavy oil residue. So we're going to be taking in 450 heavy oil residue through this pipe right here. We're going to be pumping out 5. I think it's, nope, sorry. I want to actually set this to the rubber recipe. There we go. Okay. I'm a little all over the place today. This build is quite large. Hopefully I'll remember to show you guys my little painting at some point. I mean, heck, we can even take a look at it now if you guys want. I'll throw it up on screen. There we go. I got rubber paste on everybody now. So yeah, like I said, a bit of a bigger build, a little bit complicated. So I'm trying to slow it down as best I can for anyone who's trying to follow along, trying to keep it as not complicated as possible. So we're just connecting all of our machines here. Make sure all your inputs and outputs are one line. So all my rubber is actually going to end up going, there we go. Yeah, all my rubber is going to go down this way, and then I'm going to send it into a sink in here for now, just because there's not really much I can do with it at the moment, but it will be getting used here fairly shortly in a future upcoming build. So you can just go ahead and throw down a little awesome sink here on the end, and that's where your rubber will go into for now. And the heavy oil residue will come out. I'm going to take it out from, we'll probably pull it out the same side as well. We'll just send it all this way, and it's going to get split. I'm going to get 300 total out of it. 75 is going to go to my fuel blenders, which are probably going to be down here somewhere. And then the other 230. So something I just learned from my miscalculation, this would only make 300 heavy oil residue per minute. I need 308. So misjudgment on my part. So it turns out we actually didn't have enough oil to do this. We should have brought it over via a drone. But an easy solution to this problem would actually be you take one of your things that are set to do rubber, and we're going to change it to the alternate heavy oil residue. So it still takes the 30 crude oil, but it doubles the amount of heavy oil residue we get per minute. So that'll actually give me the extra little bit that I'll need. I'll actually need to underclock it a little bit. There we go. So you're going to drop it down to do 28 per minute instead of 40. So that'll give you the 308 total that you're going to need, and it won't back up or anything. Now you're just going to want to go, I mean, you should go down there and take 9 per minute off the crude oil output. Not really a big deal if you don't. It'll just kind of keep it so that may go in and out from time to time. But yeah, that is my quick little solution, not included in my Microsoft Paint drawing because I actually didn't realize that I wasn't sending enough. But easy solution at least to make this work. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stuff off the back here, and I will just send it out on its own, which funnily enough, we're going to have some things coming up with polymer resin, so I may be able to actually use it. Actually, I mean, you could probably just leave it on that. No, because I think I'm going to use the rubber at some point. So yeah, let's keep everything separate for now, and I will just connect this into its own sink for now. All right, crisis averted. We are now making all the heavy oil residue that we needed. So now we can go ahead and move on. You can go ahead and connect these up if you want. I'm not going to worry about it just yet. We're going to go ahead and set up the refineries that these are going to pump into. I'm going to try and set them, I think. We put them ahead. No, I'm going to try and send them going this way. Okay. So you're going to need a total of 6 refineries for this one. So this one is making petroleum coke. So it's just taking a liquid input and giving you a solid output. I don't know if I actually have anything like that. I mean, I have this one that's pipe in and a pipe and belts out. So could just use this one and then just delete the pipes off the backside. I think I'll just use that. So we're going to just do this in one single line like this. So we'll go 1 and 2. Connect these pipes in the front. This is going to be all the heavy oil residue. And then we'll come around to the back here. We'll just take the pipes off the back because there's no reason for them to be here. All right, there we go. We'll set these to do petroleum coke. They are, I believe, running at 100%. I'm probably wrong. I am wrong. They take 233 oil exactly, so it's 233 divided by 6. That many. So that's how much oil I want them to take per minute. So we'll have to do some quick math. Sorry, don't worry about the crazy guy trying to do math over here. It is a output total of 116.49. I got that number by actually looking up how many total I needed output, which was 698.94, and then just dividing that between the 6. So you're going to copy that, paste it on everybody, and you are good to go with that. So now you're going to hook up your pipelines. These 3 you would combine into one. Feed this line right here. I would probably put a flue buffer in between just in case. You know, usually a safe bet to have these in. You don't have to use the big one obviously, but I do find having at least one of these in the line somewhere usually helps my build out. So I'm just going to connect these up really quick, and that'll be our petroleum coke at least taken care of. One of like I said, probably going to be a multi-part episode because there's going to be so many steps to putting this all together. It's like nuclear power all over again. So yeah, we're just going to bring these pipes around. Lines up right there. Means I'm probably gonna end up moving the awesome sink. So that'll be the heavy oil residue. Oh, never mind. That's actually fine. All right. So with that being the actual petroleum coke part done, I'll actually set up the foundries really quick, just so you guys can see how they're going to come together. So I'm going to set them up probably right in front of here, and it's going to be set into a few groups. So basically the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have one here that's going to output 76.5. I'll go over the numbers again when we're done here. But this will be 76.52 going into here. I'm actually going to turn these because they're going to be getting some iron as well. So we'll get, I'll probably bring that in from down below though. But we'll get, so we'll go one here. That's going to output 76.52. We go one here. This is going to output 60. Then we're going to do 1, 2, and 3. That's going to do 270. And then we're going to do 4. That's going to do 325. There we go. The reason I have them separated out like this is they're actually going to feed into a whole bunch of, there's so many different components that we're going to be putting together across this platform. I'm just kind of keeping them separated. So hopefully it's easier for myself to keep things flowing along. Like I don't forget what things are which, and hopefully it keeps it easier for you guys if you're trying to follow along. I'll dye that purple really quick just so I remember that's the heavy oil residue area. So this one, like I said, is going to do 76.52 of the coke steel ingot recipe. So we go 76.52 on that one. Sorry, it's 76.92. I just couldn't read my picture properly. That's what happens. You can't draw very well. Okay, so yeah, so this one, sorry, second one, this one is doing 60 per minute. And these three, 270 divided by 3. That's times 3, not divided by 3. 90 from each of these ones. And then 525. Sorry, that means you need 6. My bad. Wasn't 325. Again, my drawing skills are subpar, so 525 total, so 6. So 525 divided by 6, 87.5 total of each one. All right, there we go. So that because the petroleum coke is a total of less than 780, you can just do one long manifold line feeding every single foundry there, doing all your petroleum, or all your coke steel ingot. This is your petroleum. This is your petroleum coke. So that is now done. We'll take that off to the to-do list for now because I'm going to just kind of skip over the fuel one for now until actually, you know what? No, we can do it now. We'll just fire them in over here. It's a nice easy one we can do. It's just 2 blenders. I'll at least just get them set up so we know where they're going. So these are going to take a little bit of that heavy oil residue as well. I'll split it off from over here somewhere. Actually, I guess we can just do right here because it's just getting water and just water and heavy oil residue. There we go. We got the 2 blenders in. This will be there for the heavy oil residue. I'll worry about bringing the water in later. But basically all I did was I built a loop for it all to flow in. So there shouldn't be any sort of like huge issues here. It's not like more than 600, or it's not 600 fuel. It's just what 308 heavy oil residue. So should be no problems here. So those we can go ahead and set to do the diluted fuel right here. Just like that. And those will be ready to go once we bring the water up from down below. So now we take the petroleum coke and the fuel off the to-do list. Fuel was super easy. There we go. Okay, so I just want to get the, I'm just going to do a little bit of a little future step here. I'm actually going to fire up this this part of the factory now. Once I get everything, I'm going to hook up everything for the rubber so we can hook it up to the sink. I did an overflow just in case we make too much petroleum coke because we can't turn these on yet. And we'll just sink that for now, just so I can kind of get some of this system up and running. And actually, I'm going to move this one over to here so that I can keep building this while we're going. This was actually kind of a mistake on my end. I should really put this over here. Pop it in right there. And then I'll put in another awesome sink. I can't send it into that one too, because this would be too many items per minute, but it's really not that hard to run a sink at this point in the game. So I'll just drag some power over from this line here, and then we'll get this hooked up. So the other thing I have to do for the rubber is actually give them somewhere to go. All right, I got everyone all hooked up. I don't have those hooked up to power yet, but that's totally okay. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we might as well hook those up to power too. They can start making some stuff. But the only thing I really need to do is actually hook up the actual heavy oil, or the oil pipe, into a splitter manifold here, which should hook in no problem. Where do we need to go from here? So we need to go splitter probably right here in the middle. So let's grab a junction cross. Let's go in right here. I don't think there's really anything here. I will grab a floor hole. Hopefully this doesn't give me any pain in the butt. There you go. Junction to split that one, and that one. Like I said, it's not moving 600, so it shouldn't give me too many issues. So we're just going to run this down. I'll have to get rid of that sign. We'll run this down, or we'll run this over that floor hole right there. Actually, no, I'll run it down from the floor hole. All right, oil is flowing into the system. We'll let those pipes get we'll let the pipes get all backed up, and then we'll power these lines on one by one. That should hopefully keep it from just sucking all the oil out of the system all at once. So let's go ahead and grab some power from the main system over here, and we will start hooking some of this up. All right, we've got power. We've got full pipes. Let's hook up this first line here. Actually, does this hook up everything together? I think it does. Okay, not everything. Just some of the things. So let's just disconnect that for now. And disconnect that for now. Connect that there. And this line. It should only hook up this first line and not the rest of the machines over here. Perfect. Okay. We'll let those start running. Let them all get filled up to 50. Oh, well, that was fast. Okay. All right, next. All right, I see rubber flying. I see heavy oil residue starting to enter the system. Okay, that's good. Yeah, there's no point hooking up the rest of the system until I see a decent amount of heavy oil residue over here. But it should be any minute. Oh, we can definitely go ahead and hook up this last line of machines now. There we go. This first bit of our factory going. All right. While we wait for the heavy oil residue to back up the pipe system a little bit, we'll let it fill up some of this storage. We will go ahead and start putting in some of our constructors that we're going to need for the next few steps we're going to be working on. I guess I should also consider putting in the refineries I'm going to need for pure iron ingots here. So we need, let me count this out correctly, 10 refineries. 10 refineries making a total of 600 iron ingots. So I'm going to go ahead and set those are my pure ingot refineries. We can go ahead and slap those down. We're going to do 10 of those. So you're going to need, I'm going to start right here. 1, There's 6, 9, and then I'll just add an extra refinery on the end here. There you go. Such an easy blueprint to throw down for the pure ingot refineries. So yeah, those are going to get, that's going to get a line of the 185 water. We're going to be bringing up from down below. And that is going to be set to make 600 total from the pure iron ingot recipe. So we need to downclock these from 65 to 60. And you're going to copy that and put it on everybody. Just like that. And then in front of that is going to be a group of 20 constructors. So we'll go ahead and we'll grab my blueprint, my constructor blueprint. We'll just throw it down 5 times. So just like that, just to save some room here. One, 2. Oh, I need more room. There we go. It's only a tight fit for now because we have this sink here. We can always move the sink later. And I definitely didn't really plan on putting all these right here. So, but it worked out. So we got 20 constructors in right there. It's going to be outputting a total of 400 iron plates. So we're going to iron plate. Will be 400 divided by 20. 20 each. Oh, I guess you don't have to worry about that. Just leave them as they are. There you go. Actually, turn them around. You might be asking yourself, Sheffrey, why'd you turn them around? Because I want the iron plates to eventually be going this way, and so I figured this was just the easier way of going about it. I mean, it'll get sent down below eventually anyway, but if I send it over here, it's going to get all kind of kerfuffled with the iron that's going to be coming up into those foundries there, so I figured this was just a little bit easier. So just go ahead and connect all those in. Super easy. Just linking up your conveyor belts all along here. None of these lines are greater than 780, so just single manifold lines are just fine here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw down, I can probably turn, yeah, it looks like we're starting to fill this up. So these pipes are probably full, so we can go ahead and turn on the rest of this factory now. Go ahead and connect you into right there. That'll kick all those foundries on, or those refineries on there. And then we're going to keep putting in our floor holes here overnight. And then we're going to have to go down below, put in a manifold system for all the raw iron ore that's going to come in through here. It can just be one long manifold belt at 698.94 raw iron. So it can just be one super long one that you can feed from down below. Okay, another beautiful day in Satisfactory. I've got some things hooked up now. So we've got our foundries. They're all backed up with their steel ingot for now. And for some reason, the overflow is not going into the sink. That'd be why. Okay, overflow is now going into the sink. I might want to flush the fluid buffer here shortly, but nothing seems to be getting backed up in here yet. So we'll just leave those for now. So what I want to do is want to get, I've got the iron ore hooked up to this one. It was 323.08 as a input coming from that miner down there. It's on it's a Mark III on a normal node. It just comes up here and feeds into there. The only thing you need for that is the line of 185 water. We'll bring over from that side. And that's going to make all the iron plates right here. So when we get down to it, there's going to be 2 that split off, and those go to make the nitric acid. And then the rest of them go over to a bunch of assemblers for, I can't remember what now, but they get transported over to a bunch of assemblers. But for now, they're just going to go, oh, my mic clipped again. Sorry about that. They're just going to go all go into a sink for now, because I don't think we're going to get to the assembler. I don't think we'll get too much to the assemblers this episode, at least. So now from the actual steel ingots, we'll start setting up our constructors. So from the one that makes the 76.92, you're going to want to grab 2 constructors. Just do this, we'll just do this manually for now. So grab 2 constructors. Coming along this side. We'll go 1 and 2. This is going to be doing steel beams. A total of 19.23 per minute between the 2 of them. So 19.23 divided by 2. 9.65. Here we go. Beams. I'll get splitters. Little manifold line. Coming into this machine here. There you go. So those are going to be doing the beams that we're going to need. And those beams are going to be actually just making steel screws at 1,000 per minute. So we're going to, like, 2 groups of 2 should be fine. So actually, you know what? I'm going to turn these. Okay, there we go. So now these are going to feed 2 each. So now I'm going to turn these. Now we're going to go. Maybe a little tight spaced here. So we go 1, 2. I'm a little tight on space here. There we go. Bought myself a little bit of room at least. I mean, I definitely should have stretched this out a little bit further. But that's okay. Not a big deal. So what I'm going to do is we're going to send these in to a splitter for each one. Actually ended up looking not half terrible. That goes in there. There we go. Yeah, like I said, total of 1,000 per minute. So we're going to go to the steel screw. And we're just going to take off 10 from each one. So I'll give you 500 screws. I think I am actually going to shift these down just a little bit because I need to be able to fit 5 more constructors for this one here. Unless I just kind of like if I was just to go past it, but I feel like they look kind of silly. So I'm just going to move these down a little bit and then we'll go from there. All right, there we go. It was only minorly annoying to move all those things. Okay, so now that we've got that all set up, we can go ahead and I'll connect these to power. Why not? Let things start to get backed up a little bit. See any refineries starting to get backed up yet? No, that's kind of weird, but I'll just let it go because technically these should also be pulling the heavy oil residue, but totally fine. Not gonna worry about it for now. Oh, also this only has to put out 75 per minute, so I'll do that now before I forget. Copy the settings there, paste it there. You only need 150 total. So now let's go ahead and hook up some power to these bad boys here. Here we go. We'll let all that start to back up. Okay, so now in front of this foundry that makes 60, you're going to want to set up 5 constructors. Again, I'll do it just manually. I'm going to put the more down on this side just so I can kind of keep maintaining, give myself a little bit extra room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of those. Those are all set to do steel rod. And you're going to leave those just the way they are. No underclocking or overclocking. We'll do the... Okay, I can still get it in a nice straight line here. It's just going to be real tight. I know people have asked before if they're ever going to allow you to like snap machines or mergers to machines. I can't remember what their answer was. I think it was no. But I'm pretty sure you can do it with mods. If should you so desire to still do it. So like I said, that's our steel rods. So we can go ahead and get those hooked up to power as well. gonna treat this kind of like my, kind of like the way I did my nuclear power build, where I kind of start hooking everything up just to get things backed up and syncing so that we have all our parts ready to go. Because the bigger the build, the longer, like you can wait a really long time for everything to kind of balance it out when you're doing manifold systems. So an easy way to combat that is to, oh, I did those on all the wrong seconds. I'm like, wait, I still gotta do my outputs. So here we'll stick the mergers on the outside here. Send everything going down away from me. Hook mergers up here as well. And then we'll just get these all hooked in together. Alright, so because, like I said, I don't think I'm going to get to the assemblers today. I feel like the next episode will be the assemblers and the manufacturers and stuff. So I'm going to set up just some more sinks along here, just with, like I said, so we can get everything kind of moving. The screws will require a sink each because they're 500. The rods can have their own sink. How many rods do we output? $240. Yeah, that's fine. Sorry if this is a bit of a weird episode for you guys to try and keep up with, but I've spent like a bunch of hours planning these all out, but I'm not sure if it really has made it that much easier for me, because man, these some of these are pretty crazy builds. Let's hook that up into there. There we go. Okay, so we got screws and rods going. That's a big chunk of our build done. Still no one's getting back to, I don't know. Okay, there we go. We're starting to see slight heavy oil residue backup now. So I'm just going to go boop. It'll happen until we turn these on, and then we'll actually have the full system up and running. So in front of it, now we can go back. Now these three that we have doing the 270, we are going to have 9 constructors. So I think what I'll do in order to save space is I'll do my 8, and then I'll just add in 1 extra. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's not so bad. So these are all going to be set to do steel pipe. Copy that. Paste it on everybody. Let me just make sure my number output is correct here. It is. So it's 180 total we need output, and then we have 9 constructors. So we're just going to paste that on everybody here. Fire this up, and that'll be a nice easy one, good to go and done. So we'll connect the power to you, and then connect the power to top one. Right there. Here we go. Yeah, so that's 180 pipes. Actually, that can be mixed in with the rods. I don't want to make an extra I don't want to make an extra sink. I don't have to. All right, there we go. We got pipes, we got rods, we got beams, we got screws, we got first part of our pipes. We need one more setup of pipes, which is 18. So we can basically just take the 8. Actually, 18. What's 18 divided by 4? Okay, that wouldn't work. Wait, is my constructor thing 4 or 5 constructors? Okay, so if it's 18, I think I'm just going to do 2 of those blueprints, and then I'll just split I'll just do 2 more on the back end, basically like what I did there. So what I'll do is I'll go blueprints, 8 constructor manifold. This outputs a total of 350 and takes in a total of 325. So you can really just kind of stack them all in front of each other. There we go. I'm actually running them sideways, so everything's kind of going that way, and that way I can just send it all out that way. Plus I'm not like super tight for space, but I'm trying to, you know, not run out of space again. 'Cause I don't think I built too tight, but I mean, it definitely would have been more ideal had I left myself just a, you know, a little bit more room. Would probably be a little bit more helpful. But this is all set to do pipes. This is a total of 350. So it is 350 divided by 18. You need a total of 19.4444. So we're just going to copy 350 divided by 18. Grab steel pipe. We're going to paste that right in here. We're going to copy that. We're going to paste that on all our constructors here. And that is the last bit of steel pipes that we need. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this all together. We're going to merge our coke steel here. We're going to send it all to the left-hand side here over towards all our refineries there. Gonna link all those up just like that. And then we're going to send them on into the manifold line down this way. We'll get those moving. We'll get those out of the way. There we are. Now we just gotta hook the power up to this bad boy, and she is ready to go. Alright, so those pipes are just going to get their own sink for now, and that is ready to go. So that is the steel beam. Yeah, I can't even see my to-do list here. There we go. We got steel beam, rods, screws, and pipes. That's all off our to-do list. I mean, technically iron plates is too. You know what? Let's get this water hooked up and we'll get this system running. Why not? So the manifold splitter line is on the back side. Means I need to just move this awesome sink really quick, and I'm pretty sure I can actually, oh right, yeah, okay, so I got the sink hooked up down here. That's where the plates will go into. We'll get all the, man, it's getting real laggy here. We got so many machines. I think that might be why. Hopefully it's still nice and watchable for you guys. It's definitely getting a little bit harder to record, but we're making our way. So those are all hooked up together now. Now I just want to bring over the water. What did I say? It was, yeah, 185. So the 185 pipe is, and that was for the iron plates. We color coded this bad boy. Or sorry, for the pure iron. That's this pipe right here. We're going to drag this over. We're going to, actually I need to know where I'm actually dragging it first. We'll hook that in right here, I think. Or do we go right in the middle? Let's go like right in the middle. Let's go. Oh my god. It's lagging hard. Stay with me, game. Okay, so we're going to have this pipe going down here. And then we're just going to run that all the way down there to the 185 pipe there. And then we can finally hook this up because we've got all our iron coming in and everything. So that'll be iron plates going into a sink and ready to go. Okay, we got water finally flowing into the system. I had to replace and place that pipeline there just a handful of times, actually get the floor hole bug to go away. So those are going to go ahead and start filling up with water. They've already got some iron ore here ready to go. Looks like they're all hooked up. They just need to start actually feeding in. So I'll wait until I see these pipes are fully full and ready to go. And to end off the episode today, I think we will fill in the wet concrete that we're going to need to do because it's not too hard. It's actually pretty simple. We can actually even squeeze it in right here in this corner. That's the limestone we're going to be using right there, I believe. Yep. And then that one like tan colored pipe that's going to be coming over here, bringing 450 cubic meters of water and 540 limestone to make 360. Nope, that's not how you do math. Yep, that is how you do math. 360 wet concrete per minute. So I think wet concrete is basically the same as my pure ingot refineries. So you can go ahead and use those if you want. If you're not using the blueprints, I mean, you definitely should be, but it is just going to be a solid and liquid input with one solid output. So I only need, I think, like 5 refineries for this. So I'm gonna give myself a little bit of room over here just in case I need to bring anything over here. And I'll put this more closer to like the limestone. Okay, so I know I said 5. I'm actually going to leave it as 6 because you need one line of 250 wet concrete. Actually, no, I guess it can all just be the same and then I'll just split it. This is not more than 260. So yeah, we'll just do, this way I don't have to like split and do multiple belts. So we'll just get rid of one of these. We need, like I said, a total of 360 wet concrete per minute. They do 80. So we'll do 360 divided by 5. Total is 72. You're going to copy that, put it on all those refineries. And there you go. That's the wet concrete. Delete these little bits off the end. They're not necessary. Keep that merger there. And then we'll just connect up these pipes here. And this belt on the back. Oh, and the belt on the front. Man, I've forgotten to do that before. Then we'll bring that tan pipe over, hook it up into there. We'll get these going into a sink for now. These all go to assemblers and heavy manufacturers, so there we go. Just a nice little contained little unit over here, just making us some wet concrete to inject into the system. So actually probably could have done it like here and then send it that way, but whatever. I'm gonna leave my, like I said, leave this whole space just in case I need it. So we will hook up that tan pipe to that input right there. And then we can hook this up to power, and then I can go turn on my iron plates over there. All right, I got water coming in, which means now we just got to do the limestone. So the limestone, I'm just going to slide a little floor hole in here just so we can hide it away. That is not connected. Not the first time I've done that either. So I'm going to grab this. We're going to bring it down. Like I said, you're going to be moving 540 limestone per minute. If you didn't want to do this with the pure, with the wet concrete, I think you need exactly, I think it cuts what you need in half. So you'd be using whatever it is, like 1080 total, which you can definitely do in this area. But, you know, obviously it's quite a bit easier if you just do it with the wet concrete. It's only 5 refineries, so it's not like it's less machines too. It's like 24 constructors if you wanted to do it the other way. Did not line this up properly the way I thought I did. That's okay. That's gonna bring over our limestone. We got our water now, so now we can go ahead and actually get this hooked up. There we go. Hook some power into there. Start pumping out some wet concrete. We'll let those kind of back themselves up, balance themselves out. These refineries are balanced. These refineries are balanced. I mean, they're still filling up because, yeah, like I said, not using these. We're not using 37.5 times. So we're not using quite a bit of the heavy oil residue here. So I can kind of just do this for now, just to kind of keep it stable. But now, that means I can actually turn on the constructors and the refineries. So plug those in. Plug those in. Plug these into each other. And this guy, can't forget about the one on the end, who is not hooked up to anything. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I totally forgot we actually didn't hook this up yet. So we're going to send this belt around the corner here. Into this input right here. I don't know why. I thought I set these already. Well, that's okay. So yeah, like I said, these are doing the... Sorry, these are doing iron plates and no one has to be underclocked or overclocked. I thought I set these. What's happening here? Not enough iron ore yet? That's fine. It's just because the system needs to back itself up. Okay, so that can take iron plates off our to-do list, as well as the wet concrete, which is good. And we only have a few more things left to take care of in the second part of this episode, which will be finishing off all the rest of the things we need for the fused modular frames. So this is where all the assembler is going to come into play. If you remember from my picture, so you're going to have like a big line of big whole bunch of assemblers, and there's going to have to be some manufacturers making heavy modular frames, and then there has to be 15 blenders at some point making the fused modular frames. And that's also when we will eventually be bringing over the 750 iron ingot that I planned out in the original part here. So we'll be pulling from those in the next episode as well. Sorry if this is a little bit shorter. I'm a little bit more pressed for time right now, so I'm just trying to keep them going as best I can for you guys. We're just kind of waiting for a lot of this stuff to get itself all backed up properly anyway. So I will... What is... Oh yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, so everything's just getting backed up. But yeah, thank you guys again for hanging out with me for another episode. I'm really enjoying coming up on... I mean, we're not near... We're in the back half of this series at this point. Working our way towards the end game. I've got a bunch of factories all planned out to take to for all of our phase 4. Obviously, we don't know when 1.0 comes out, so I don't know when this series is going to get a nice fresh restart, but I'm going to try and do my best to keep it going until then. I'll probably throw in some extra little fun projects just for fun. Probably not on this world. We'll do like some bigger mega projects on their own world so my computer can actually handle it. Yeah, like I said, thank you guys again so much for hanging out for another episode. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below or join in the Discord. I'll do my best to answer them for you, get things figured out. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a good one.